thought we pushed a lot better than yesterday. Looked like we had our legs, and it was good execution. So tomorrow we'll back off a little bit and then really get zoned in.
What is tomorrow exactly? The special teams and that sort of thing?
Yeah, a lot of special situations. Walk through. We really don't want a high play load and just be mentally sharp, be loud with our calls. Be perfect on all those situations we put them in, and then really rest, really recover, so we don't bring them back tomorrow night at all.
I should know this, but I don't. Do you walk through here on Friday? Or do you walk through at the stadium? What have you typically done?
Friday we always do it here.
Here?
Yep.
It's always an issue with Florida teams, so many guys on their roster that are from down here.
Yeah.
How do you prepare just for that and know that there's going to be that little bit level, that little edge and that intensity when it's so
Again, you're seeing that week in and week out, so obviously we know there's a lot of guys from down here and there's a lot of relationships and everything. We just got to do our thing. I've been telling them all week, we want to be consistent, worry about us, play at a high level, and that's not going to change. So in terms of our team, I'm not really addressing that. I'm just addressing our team, what we need to get done to win the game.
Yeah, I apologize if this was already asked, but Gage Batten kid,
yeah.
Talk about him a little bit.
No, just great kid, smart, tough. Really studies, wants to do it. He's going to be a starter on 2 or 3 special teams for us Saturday, and he's a starting fullback. And just a great story. Very fortunate to have him here, and he really gives us tremendous fabric in our locker room. Just great DNA.
How did he end up here? How did that whole
he had some situations at home that he had to take care of. They're personal. If Gage wants to share them with you, he will. But other than that, I'm going to protect his privacy. And he took care of those things and felt good about it, and wanted to be in South Florida. And he reached out to us, and we're so glad he did. We're glad he's part of the Miami Hurricane team.
What does that is that a reflection? I guess it is, obviously, on Walter Tucker, and what does that mean for Walter?
No, I mean Gage's story is Gage's story. I mean that's not a reflection on Walter. Walter is working his tail off right now and trying to get better. And as I said, he's a fullback for us. He's on special teams and he's the fourth tailback. So again, there's no reflection. You asked me about Gage, not about Walter. Walter knows what he's got to do, and obviously Gage's his story is unique because he's new and really adding a lot to our team.
Al, Gage is obviously a mature guy, kind of an upperclassman, so he's able to pick up stuff easier. But did anything that he did at Auburn translate, to your system?
I think the biggest thing Gage has shared, and you just mentioned it, just his experience and wisdom. He just gives us a sense of calmness and poise in the locker room, and he has a perspective that not many have. I believe I'm Gage's fourth head coach. So, he shares those things, with the team and what we're doing, and I think he gives great perspective to our program.
Al, with Lawrence Cager, you have such a deep receiving core. What was it about him that made him break the 2 deep as a freshman?
Well, I don't think we're deep, because that's one of the spots that, when you look at our recruiting right now, we need a lot of receivers,
Okay.
So I wouldn't say we're deep. We're short there. We're not where we want to be at with receiver. Like if you said, okay, if you had those 5 scholarships right now, what would you do with them, Al? I'd say, well, I definitely would have 1 or 2 more running backs, and I'd have 1 or 2 more receivers, and certainly 1 or 2 more corners in that range. So he's catching the ball really well. He's got an excellent catch radius, and he's learned it. The biggest thing is he's not blowing assignments. He's sharp, and he's given himself a chance through his preparation to play, and then obviously he has the requisite skills to go out and do it. So he's fast. He's long, he's got a good catch radius, and he's not afraid to get tough, and he's on some special teams for us right now. So he's been unselfish. He's smart. Very pleased with him right now.
I think you mentioned 12 true freshmen play. At how do you sort of decide this guy's going to play enough? You have to decide this guy's going to play enough that Lawrence not redshirt?
Correct.
That's sort of what it is?
Yeah, and it's hard. It's hard. So you got to just keep weighing the options, go back and forth. But again, I think just the way it shapes out, those 12 are going to be, guys that are going to, have a chance to play a lot.
First game on Saturday. Do you guys have anybody suspended to start the season?
We do not right now. I think the biggest thing for us is to, if there are suspensions, we'll tell you like we do every game. You'll be notified before the game. You'll be notified in pregame if there's anything, and it will come from Tom's office. That's our protocol. Right now, we expect to have everybody. Right now, the guys who are out are Gus Edwards, Juwan Young, Rico Mays. I don't believe we have anybody else out. That's it.
Al, you probably should ask this yesterday, but as far as recruiting and getting recruits to games, I know you guys were kind of limited by how many games they could come
Correct.
to. Is there one game this year that recruits will be allowed to go to, or is there more than one? How does that?
One game.
Just one.
Yep.
Okay. And any of the 6 home games, I guess they can choose. Or
Yeah, you know, again, we try to drive them to 1 or 2, just so we're not. So we're trying to limit our mistakes, right? The kid comes twice, it's a violation. So
Right.
by closing down shop on some of them, which is unfortunate, but that's
How do you choose? I mean, did you just want them to
it's
one
painful.
game?
It's painful, and the whole thing, you know. I almost said the word, but it's not good.
Last question, guys.
With the slot, you know, you have Stacy as the starter there. How are Braxton and Malcolm? You know, are they over their injuries, or do you expect them to kind of work as in a rotation there too?
No, I think they're doing good. Stacy can be the Z as well, and I think from our standpoint, Brax and Malcolm had a good camp, and then they got a little dinged up. Stacy took a lot of the slot work, so from that standpoint, we're going from there, you know. And again, it's Stacy could do the Z, could do the slot, and I think it's going to be wide open. So we got a long way to go before we settle in, as I keep saying to you guys.
All right, thank you, Coach.
All right, guys.
Thanks, up.